Hey, what's up again, YouTube? Retro Russ here, and I am back with another episode of Pickups, yo. So yeah, I'm back with another pickup video. This will be for pickups for July, and I wasn't able to pick up quite as much as I normally like to. I didn't get to game hunt as much. I had a lot of family stuff going on and whatnot, but I was able to get out to a couple of flea markets and some yard sales and whatnot, and actually some family came through for me this month and got me some nice stuff. So without further ado, let's get started here. And the first one I want to show you, this was from a Goodwill auction, and I don't own one of these yet, and I need to start collecting for it. It's actually the last system of this generation that I don't have, and that was an original Xbox. Now this one's pretty cool because it has a skin on it, as you can see. I wasn't sure until I looked in the fine print. It's Gamer Graphics that made this. It's a Halo skin for the Xbox. I fired this thing up, it works perfectly fine, and I just thought it looked really cool, so I definitely was pumped to get that and excited to start collecting for the Xbox. Next, I'm going to show you guys a couple of plug-and-plays. Now this one, my mom actually hooked me up with. She went to a yard sale across the street from her house, and she picked up this plug-and-play, and I'll unwrap it here real quick. And this one has 5 games on it. It's got Miss Pac-Man, it's got Pole Position, Galaga, what's this one here? Xevious, I believe that's how it's pronounced, and Mappyland on it. The joystick's pretty tight, buttons work fine, I fired it up, everything works beautifully. And for $1, I can't complain. I was pumped to see that. I'm not sure how you guys feel about the plug-and-plays. I think they're pretty neat and cool to collect, and they're not expensive by any means. Like I said, she got this for $1 at a yard sale. I've seen them at flea markets for a couple of bucks here and there, so they're not anything too expensive, and they're kind of neat to collect. And I got one other one. This one I got at my local Goodwill for, I think, $1.99. I think I paid for this one. And this is a Frogger plug-and-play made by Konami. And fired it up, works perfectly fine. I am a fan of Frogger. And like I said, these plug-and-plays I just think they're neat to collect. Some people might think, but I definitely like them. Only one Super Nintendo pickup for the whole month, and it's a game that I really enjoyed early on when I got my Super Nintendo, and that's Pilotwings for the SNES, and it's one of the early entries, one of the probably launch titles, or if not, very close to launch title. And it's a game that it grows on you. It's definitely different. It's got the flight sim elements to it, and there's like parachuting and different things. I mean, it's different, but it's a good different. It's a lot of fun, so definitely check it out. Next, we're going to take a look at my ever-growing Game Boy Advance collection. Now, the last time I did a pickup video, I told you I had like 3 games or something for it total. I was able to actually pick up 2 more games this month. One of them is complete garbage, the other one is not. I'll show you the good one first. This is Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 2. And it's just, I picked up Super Mario Advance, the first one, last month, and you guys saw that. That has Super Mario Brothers 2 and the original Super Mario, not the Super Mario Brothers, but the Mario Brothers, excuse me, the earliest one where you're jumping and bumping turtles and stuff in the pipes. This one has Super Mario World on it, and it's a good one, very good one. Very good port. Now this game is complete garbage. It was a waste of $1. I saw it sitting in Goodwill with the toys, like next to, like, you know, dolls and stuff like that. It was just sitting there. And that's the Urbz Sims in the City. There's absolutely nothing fun about it. I don't even like the Sims. I honestly don't even know why I picked this up and paid for it. I just saw it sitting there. There was no sticker on it. I'm like, they gotta be charging no more than $1 for this, and it was. It was 99 cents. And I'm like, sure, I'll take it, I'll try it out. I tried it for about 5 minutes and turned it off. It's not worth my time. So, a couple of Game Boy Color games. I picked up Shrek. Now this actually came with a pickup. I'm going to show you here in a second, but this actually came with it. But there's a, I don't know if there's a title to this or not. Shrek, Fairy Tale Freak Down, whatever. Haven't played it, not sure if it's any good. I wasn't really concerned about the game when I made my pickup, but it came with it, so. And then The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Ages. I have Oracle of Seasons. I'm playing it currently, and I absolutely love it. I had to get this one. I saw it for sale. I got it for, I think, like $8 or something like that. and that completes the two that I wanted for the Game Boy Color. I haven't played this one yet, but it's very similar to the one I'm playing now, and Oracle of Seasons is a complete blast. Love it, so I'm excited to finish Seasons and then jump into that one. Now, I got that Shrek game because I picked up another Game Boy Advance SP. Fires right up. This is the pink version. These are really sought after. I don't know why it's pink, I mean whatever, but they're really sought after. Got this for a really good price. It's a little scratched up. Don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it's a little scratched up on the top there, but it actually, the backlighting is excellent on it, and it's a lot clearer than the red one that I got previously. So pretty stoked to have that. Very nice to add to that collection. Now, I'm a retro collector. My wife actually got a Wii. It's probably been 5 years ago now. She got a Wii for Christmas. So I technically have a Wii. I don't really collect for it, but I did find a couple of games for it that I want to show you, just because they were super cheap. They were from my local Goodwill. The first one is Carnival Games Mini Golf. I read a couple of reviews. People say it's not very fun. I thought it would be interesting to play, you know, with the Wii controller, you know, putting around. It probably would have been fun, but people say it isn't. But I haven't actually tried it yet, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And then I also got Super Mario Galaxy for the Wii, and I paid, I think, $3 for this. And anything Mario Brothers I'm going to get, even if it's newer. Like I said, I don't really collect for the Wii, but it was sitting there, and it was $3, and whatever, I'll take it. Let's see, NES, my baby, my collection that I love the most. I only got 3 games this month for it. I've been really busy collecting for a couple other systems that you'll see here shortly, but I wanted to show you what I got here. These first 2 games I got, I want to thank Barry Bowser, a friend of mine from elementary and high school. He actually recently connected with me and was letting me know that he collects games too and stuff, and he was pumped about this channel. So thank you, Barry, for the support, and we actually did a trade together. I sent him copies of Bubble Bobble and Friday the 13th, and he sent me the following 2 games. He sent me Paperboy, which is a very fun game, very cool game. I remember playing this one a lot as a kid, and it's a blast. It's kind of got a diagonal view, kind of, as you're riding. If you haven't played it, it's kind of got an interesting view, and you're kind of riding up through the neighborhood, throwing papers and stuff, getting chased by pretty much everything on the planet's out to get you. So it's a lot of fun, though. Definitely a cool game. And the other one he sent me is Dr. Mario. I suck at this game hard, but I really enjoy playing it. It's one of those games that, you know, you're not good at, but it's still a lot of fun, and that's how Dr. Mario is. I'm pretty good at Tetris, I will say, but Dr. Mario, not so much. I get into a lot of trouble in this game, but it's still a lot of fun, and I'm glad to have that for the collection. This one, another one I picked up from a local reseller at the Video Game Exchange, and it is Time Lord. I played this a little bit when I got it. People that reviewed it said it wasn't very good. I didn't think it was that bad, honestly. I thought it was a pretty decent game. Not anything groundbreaking or amazing, but it's not bad either. And the label is awesome on this. There isn't really any marks or scratches or anything. So I definitely, when I see common games that they have, I usually dive through them every time I'm there. And if I can find one with a great label, I don't care if it's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, I'll pick it up if it's got a good label. So I was pleasantly surprised with that game, actually, so I wasn't too concerned. Let's see, we will go ahead and take a look at, let's look at PS1 stuff next. Now, my sister actually hooked me up with a lot of these games that I got. She dug through her attic or upstairs closet or whatever and found a bunch of games and donated them to me. So thank you, Jennifer, for that. And let's go ahead and look at these. The first one I want to show you guys is a game that I have been looking for very diligently. I used to own it as a kid, and I believe this is the same copy that I owned. It's just my sister ended up getting it and having it for a while. I don't have the jewel case or the manual for it anymore, but she did have the disc, and that is Parappa the Rapper. You guys, some of you might be thinking, what in the heck is that? It is a very fun, like before there was Guitar Hero and Rock Band and DDR and those type of games, rhythm-based games, there was Parappa the Rapper. And basically what you do is it tells a story of you being like this teenage, I don't know if you're a dog or something. All the characters in this are real goofy. Like the one guy that he raps with is like a kung fu guy, but he has an onion for a head. I mean, it's just really weird stuff, but it's a lot of fun, and you have to imitate what they rap to you by hitting the buttons at the appropriate times. And you can actually kind of freestyle and do your own thing as long as you're hitting the rhythms that they want you to. It's a lot of fun. It gets pretty challenging as you go along, but I just remember having a blast playing this game, and I was so pumped when I saw that she had that. The next one without a jewel case or anything is Test Drive 5. I haven't played this one yet, don't know much about it. It's one of your standard racers from what I understand. Let's show you the rest of these ones that she gave me. I talked about this game in the last pickup video, and this is exactly the one that I was talking about. It's WWF Attitude for the PS1. This game was a blast. I remember buying this with like one of my first checks. I worked at Burger King when I was in high school, and one of the first checks I got, I went out and bought this game. It was one of those things that I was really into wrestling at the time. I watched it with some friends. We watched Raw all the time and stuff. And I just remember you could create a character and go through like a story mode, and it was just a blast. And I went and played it the other day just to kind of see how it holds up. Graphically, I mean, yeah, it's not going to hold up, but everything else as far as the gameplay and stuff is still there, and it's a lot of fun. So I was super excited to see that one come my way. And then there's another wrestling game here, WWF SmackDown. It's just a little bit newer version. The graphics are a little better, but it's the same deal. You can create a wrestler, do a story mode, things like that. I do enjoy this one as well. Okay, this next little bin here, it's it's kind of mixed up how she gave me this stuff, but like it's Knockout Kings. I don't actually have Knockout Kings, but there was a lot of loose games in this case. So just to show you those real quick, Street Fighter EX2 Plus. I remember buying this game late into my high school age here, 17, 18 years old. I remember buying it. And it's pretty cool. I mean, Street Fighter games are solid. It's a little different being on the PlayStation. It's more kind of like 3D-ish, but it's still fun. And then the original Grand Theft Auto for the PS1. Yeah, this game's not safe for kids. Not that any of the Grand Theft Auto games are. But this one's actually a classic, being that it's the original. It has a top-down view as opposed to the 3D environments that most of you are probably used to playing with Grand Theft Auto. But this one has the top-down view and driving around. It's the same concept. You're doing missions for mobsters and stuff, stealing vehicles, beating up the elderly, you know, whatever it is that you do. I haven't played a Grand Theft Auto in quite a while, but that was cool to get the original, though. Another one that she gave me in the little lot is Action Bass. It's just a fishing game. There's nothing really much to say about it. Fishing games are kind of meh, so... a sports game, so none of you are probably going to care about this, but at the time I really loved this game. NCAA Game Breaker 98. I don't know, it was just a lot of fun, but like I said, it's a sports game, so you guys probably don't care. Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back. I actually already own this game, but now I have 2 copies of it, so hooray. Crash is very fun, very cool, so nice to have that. Another Crash game, Crash Bash. I don't know much about this game. I think it's similar to like Mario Party. It's just with the Crash Bandicoot cast of characters or whatever. So it might be a lot of fun because I know the Mario parties are good, so I'll be interested to check that out. And lastly, now this one did not come from my sister. I got this one from a Goodwill auction. I'm trying to collect all of these. I'm kind of really into them right now. It's Final Fantasy VIII. You know, this game gets rave reviews. I've never played it. I've been playing 7 lately, but I haven't played 8. And they say it's very good, so I'm very excited to finally dive into that one when I have some time. And lastly, I want to show you guys my PS2 stuff that I picked up. Really into the PS2 right now. It's very cheap to collect for the most part. And there's literally, I think, like 3,500 games or something, if I'm not mistaken, for the PS2, so there's tons and tons of games you can get for it. And they're just a lot of fun. I didn't personally own a PS2, I owned an Xbox during that era, so I had a lot of Xbox games, so there's tons of these games that I haven't actually got to experience, so that's why I've kind of been focusing on that. I love the NES, but it's getting super expensive to collect for, and so many of the games that I want are ridiculous. I don't even own a copy of Contra right now, and I'm not spending $35, $40 for it. So it's just one of those things I need to run into that at a yard sale or something. But anyways, let's get into the PS2 stuff I got. This first one I want to show you guys is really cool. This was from a Goodwill auction. I think I paid $10 for it. Time Crisis 3, it's the GunCon 2-pack, and it comes with 2 GunCons. And it's pretty neat. You open this up. Now, I had to buy the actual game separately because it didn't come with this lot, but you get, both the guns and the hookups and everything for it. And then I went and got this at a local flea market here a couple weeks ago, and that's the actual Time Crisis 3 game. Missing Manuel, but everything else, like I said, guns in the game. Haven't tried it out yet, but I definitely am very interested to see how this plays. It looks like a lot of fun. I remember playing the Time Crisis games, in the arcades and stuff, and they were a lot of fun. So now let's look at some of these games. Most of these were from my sister. A handful of these I did buy separately, but the first one I'll show you is Onimusha 2, Samurai's Destiny, Capcom game. These are very popular, and they're very cheap. I think I paid $3 for this. So, I haven't actually played this one yet. I've played some of the first one, but haven't tried that one yet. This one here I did buy at my reseller store that I go to. I'm into kind of a Castlevania kick right now, playing the games in collecting form, but this is Castlevania Lament of Innocence for the PS2. I played this briefly. I kind of got into the intro of the game and played it a little bit. It's just Castlevania in a 3D environment, and it's definitely not like the N64 games. These actually are pretty solid, and when I have some time, I want to really dive into that. What's been taking up most of my time, actually, as far as playing games, doing the reviews that I do. I get to play those games because I record footage. But outside of that, I've really been playing The Legend of Zelda: Oracle of Seasons for the Game Boy Advance. It's for Game Boy Color. I played on my Game Boy Advance, but it's a lot of fun, and that's what's been taking up most of my time, and I haven't played any of these games because of it. Now, this one is from my sister, Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition Remix. One of your sim racer games. Haven't played it yet. Like I've told you guys before, I'm not a huge racing fan, but some of them are kind of growing on me a little bit. And then this game is very interesting. I've never played it. I remember hearing a lot about it when it came out, but Bully for the PS2. Basically, you're just like a teenage boy, and it's like Grand Theft Auto, but not nearly as violent or vulgar. It's more PG, but it's got that kind of vibe. You do different missions, so to speak, or things for classmates or teachers or other people, and it's definitely interesting. I'm pretty excited to try that one out. I remember hearing a lot about it, just never played it. Superman Returns, haven't touched that one yet. Superman games are pretty hit and miss, so we'll see. MLB 08 The Show, sports game, nobody cares. Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter for the PS2. Haven't played it yet either. Now this one I don't believe is, I have the case to this but not the game. Wallace and Gromit in Project Zoo. It probably sucks anyway, but I don't have the game for that. I picked this one up at Goodwill actually, and it's pretty fun. I played it a little bit. SmackDown Just Bring It, PS2. Like I said, I like wrestling games. It's not something that I watch now or anything. I'm not into it, but the games themselves, the older ones, I really do enjoy. This game I was interested to see. I haven't played it yet, but everyone says it's kind of crappy, but I thought it looked kind of like Pokemon. It looked kind of interesting. It's Bakugan Battle Brawlers. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But it's got that Pokemon kind of look and feel to it. But I don't know. We'll see. I'll try it out and we'll see how it is. Indiana Jones, the original Adventures. It's the Lego version. Lego games are usually pretty good, surprisingly. I've had good luck when I've played those. I have a nephew that plays a lot of like the Star Wars Lego and stuff, and they're pretty cool. MX vs. ATV Unleashed, another racing game. Haven't touched that one yet. Let's see, just a few more here. I've got the Mark of Kree. Now this game is a lot of fun. It's an early entry into the library, but it was really innovative at the time. It's got a mix of like combat and stealth, and the story's really solid. It's just a fun game, and I was really happy to get that. It's kind of been on my wish list to get this, and actually the sequel, but I did pick up the Mark of Kree. And the last PS2 game I have here, I picked up in an eBay auction. Like I said, I'm trying to collect for the Final Fantasy series. I got Final Fantasy 12 Collector's Edition. Comes in like a tin case, and it's got a nice thick manual. It's got a bonus disc and then the actual game itself. The bonus DVD has like developer interviews and a history of the Final Fantasy series, and has art gallery and trailers and stuff, so it's pretty cool. I think I paid like, what was it, $18 I think shipped. I got this for. Very, very cool. Very fun game. Lastly, the last thing I got, it wasn't a PS2 game. I actually had this on the bottom and didn't realize it, but it's a boxed game for the N64, and that's Cruisin' World. Box is a little bit rough here, but I mean, it's in pretty solid shape overall. And the game itself is kind of, like I said, not a racing fan, so maybe some of you racing fans out there think this game's great, but it's okay. But for the time, this game was very good. This was released in '98. So for the time, this was a really cool game. I remember the Cruisin' USA in the arcades. I remember playing that a lot, and it was fun, but that one's okay. So that's all I got for July, guys. Like I said, I didn't get to do as much game hunting as I wanted to. A lot of family obligations this month, and actually this month as well. In August is going to be tough too, with a lot of stuff going on with birthdays and whatnot. But I'm trying to get out there. I've already collected a little bit of stuff. I actually got a lot that I'm really excited to show you guys for the next video. But this is the July stuff that I got, and I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. Check out the Facebook, the Instagram, and the Twitter. I'm constantly trying to keep content flowing on there for you guys. So if you do like the video, please give me a subscribe. It would really, really appreciate it. So with that said, keep it classic.